Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are here, of course, cruising with the case handler, getting a little bit of an early start. And of course, we want you to understand that we're going to be here until somewhere about half past the hour of 9 a.m. I am David Squeezaniki, initiating what's called Cruising with the Case Handler, which happens each and every single weekday at 8:30 a.m. right here on 93.5 WVIP FM. And also, of course, it comes your way on Saturdays at 7 p.m., Sundays at 12 noon. We're also live on Facebook. So what I'm asking each and everyone to do right here, right now, is to actually start sharing the page, okay? I'm going to be getting on early, all right, before the attorneys get on. We've got Adam Handler, the personal injury attorney. We've got Conrad Pollack and Nelson Madrid, immigration attorneys. I am going to be asking you, and you are Team Squeeze, I'm asking you to share the page. A lot of you know I've done many shows here before. So Team Squeeze you are, okay? Hashtag Team Squeeze. I need for you to share like you have done over the years, all right? Share the page with everyone that's on that's in your Facebook account. Share the page in groups for people who need personal injury and immigration help. Share the page with those people, ladies and gentlemen, who actually need help in any legal capacity. And once again, it's greatly appreciated. And look at it as if that you are actually helping people out there who really need it. So when it comes to personal injury, God forbid, one gets hurt in an accident, they need to have a good attorney. Yes, they do. They need to really have a very good attorney. And we are here in the tri-state area, and who better can I recommend but the case handler himself? That's Adam Handler. Who better can I recommend for immigration than Conrad Pollack and Nelson Madrid? So why not? Okay, so share the page right now. I'm going to give out the numbers later on. Also start placing your immigration questions on the page. We have Tracy Spence, who goes to our page, the Jamrock Magazine page, the Link Up Radio page, the PPID page, the Case Handler page, the BioLife page, all of these credit repair pages, the fiction pages from Jamaica, all of those pages. Tracy's going through those pages and she's ensuring that she gets all the questions and passes them on to me. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's called Cruising with the Case Handler. Want to say thanks to each and every one for actually, tuning in. We have a lot that we're going to be sharing with people today, so make sure you pass it on. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to introduce the team, but I want for you to share. I'm not going to stop saying it. Share. And hopefully everybody is being safe out there. I know we are very eager to get back to normalcy, but right now, there is no such thing as normalcy. It doesn't exist. So what are we to do? Well, do what we have been doing, providing that you've been doing good stuff. And that is, of course, sheltering in place, practicing social distancing, and of course, building up your immune system. And speaking of that, we got a reminder to check out BioLife Energy Systems. They will take care of you where that is concerned with your immune system. You get the right vitamins and minerals. Once again, the show is called Cruising with the Case Handler, where we talk on personal injury and we speak also, of course, on immigration law. Let me mute Mr. Handler here, who is with his papers, So ladies and gentlemen, what's going on out there? All right. No, a lot of you are not out there driving, thank God, okay? So you're not getting into accidents. But I promise you, you may get into an accident, a family member may get into an accident, a friend may get into an accident. And who are you going to call when that happens? Who are you going to call? I want for you all to know that there's only one man that you should be calling. If you're listening to 93.5 FM now, which you are, I need for you to switch over to Facebook, David Squeezaniki's Facebook page, or the Case Handler's Facebook page, or PPID. But right now, more importantly, dial this number. Every person that's listening to the station, you need to dial this number. God forbid you get into an accident. Don't wait until the desired time or that time. Dial this number. I'm giving you an excellent personal injury attorney who have settled millions of dollars, well over $100 million for his clients. His name is Adam Handler. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask him, as a matter of fact, to jump off the show with a true success story, meaning he's going to talk about a client that he actually helped, all right, and gave them a solid settlement. So I want for you to store the number for Adam Handler, the personal injury attorney. God forbid you get hurt in an accident, a slip and fall, a medical malpractice, construction accident. You need to have his number, ladies and gentlemen. So call this number, dial it, even if you don't need it. Yeah, we may not need the number now, more than likely, but I need for you to have it. Dial the number, make me proud, make Adam proud, make PPID proud. The number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Everyone that's in their car, everyone that's at home, everyone that's watching Facebook right now, okay, this is Cruising with the Case Handler, all right? The top personal injury attorney, in my opinion, in the tri-state area. Dial the number, store his number in your phone. God forbid, if and when you need it, you will have it. And I want for you to call that number, 844-774-3529. The only way I can know that you're storing the number is if you let the phone ring for at least 10, 15 seconds. Adam may even pick up. You may even meet that attorney on the phone, and he's going to say, thank you so much for calling. Thank you so much for storing the number. Once again, we have to be passionate. We've got to treat you like family, like Adam says. We've got to, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that we have, you know, your best interest at heart. So dial the number and store it. 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Once again, if you're just joining us, this is called Cruising with the Case Handler. Adam Handler, an attorney, of course, you know, at Pollack, Isaac and DeSico, a partner. Okay, host the show with myself each and every single weekday, like I said. And now I'm going to turn it over to him. He's got quite a few other attorneys. He's got my colleague also, Ralston Dickson, on the program today. So let's turn it over to him. We talk about a true success story, and then we jump right into immigration with the attorneys. But let's jump into it with personal injury. Adam Handler, welcome, man. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Squeeze. Good morning,
Got the jump on all of you today, huh? Got the jump on all of you today, huh?
Looks like we're going to get picked on, but you know what? I don't think that there's any fight that we would run away from, especially on this show. You haven't stumped us yet. Conrad said last week, you haven't stumped us a single time. So listen, good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. Getting through another week. Eyeing towards that reopening of civilization back in New York City and us getting back to our offices and back to business as usual, although we still are conducting business as usual here remotely. We're answering your immigration questions. And of course, Matthew and myself, we are settling literally millions of dollars of cases from our home. Somebody asked me the other day, you know, how's the personal injury department doing, you know, with the crisis, with the pandemic, with the inability to go to court and inability to see people face to face. You know, we've settled over 30 cases since March 1st, over 30 cases for a little over $4 million. So we're doing what we need to do because we understand that the clients have one and only shot at getting it right. They can't wait for the coronavirus to pass. They can't wait for you know, the restrictions to pass because they got medical bills. They're still out of work, and of course they're still in pain. And that reminds me of a case that we handled a couple of years ago. This is a case in which, you know, we really did an all-around team job. I love this picture. You know, that's a picture of Sandra, my smiling Sandra. That is my paralegal that's been with me literally since day one of the case handler experiment.
Remember, I know Sandra.
Yeah, of course you do, man. She's been with me. You know, when I ask her, I go, "How long have you been with me?" She goes, "Too long." So, you know, that's we are family. She's my mama, and I love her, and I miss her, and I see her face there. And then I got Matthew.
She's a fit human being, also.
Oh, she is. She is. She is a specimen for sure. And Matthew, my associate extraordinaire, and my very good friend, my brother. They're in this picture. Maybe I was in court that day or doing something, but this is Testimonial Tuesday. These are smiling faces. It's not just the staff that's smiling, but it's the client that's smiling. And this is an example of a woman that, first of all, didn't want to use her real name and didn't want the world knowing how much she got. So we listed it as confidential. Confidential in secret terms, just so you guys know, means a lot of money. Okay, so we listed it as confidential, but I love the quotes. You know, I do. I know that they're a little small for you to read. Maybe I can.
My team was amazing. Adam and Sandra helped me with the case, and they both were a great motivator. The case handler team kept me updated until the very end. I recommend Adam Handler to anyone with a personal injury case. This law firm is the best. If you want results, go to PPID. Adam, you got to squeeze the number in there before. I mean, right after that comment, man. You got to.
Absolutely. It's 844-774-3529, or easy to remember, 844 PPID law. I was not that drunk when we decided what number to use to market our firm. We had a plan here, okay? PPID law. And that's the number you need for lawyers that are going to strive to give you a successful result and treat you like family. And these photos, we forget the photos. They are a big part of the story because. And
by the way, Adam, to interrupt, and yes, to interrupt. A lot of people are wondering what is going on. He's talking about these photos as if he's looking at photos. He is looking at photos because he's on Facebook. So go to the Facebook page. If you are listening to 93.5 FM, go to David Squeezadiki or Adam Handler's Facebook page, The Case Handler, or PPID, Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. I can't tell you enough. A picture paints 1,000 words. You've got to take a look at what he's talking about, someone who got injured, and he gave them handled a great settlement for them. All right, proceed with Elizabeth.
Yeah, you look at these photos. Go on my Instagram, go on Case Handler Facebook, go to the website, www.thecasehandler.com, or do you even have to say www anymore? I guess that's
no.
Let's go to thecasehandler.com. Look at the damage done to this car. She's a passenger in a van. Mm-hmm. They're making a left turn. Another car comes out of nowhere, smashes into their car, smashes into a pedestrian, and then smashes into a tree. I mean, a absolute horror story. So scary. Broken glass, twisted metal, had to be extracted from the vehicle. And she survived the accident, thank God. She sought medical attention. But you know what? She had thousands of different lawyers that she could call to help her with this accident. Literally. Thousands of different lawyers, hundreds of different law firms. But who did she come to? She came to PPID. She came to Adam Handler, the case handler team, because she knew that she'd be in the best possible position to recover as much money as possible for these injuries. She was a passenger in her vehicle doing absolutely nothing wrong, and disaster struck. She wasn't expecting it, obviously. Nobody ever does, but she had the number saved, or she got it from a friend. I forget which one, but somebody had that number saved. So I can ask everybody right now to do me two solids. If you're listening to this show, please save the number. If you need it for personal injury, God forbid, down the road, or you need it for immigration down the road, or you need it for criminal defense or matrimonial, just keep the number in your phone. Save it as PPID, or save it as case handler, or save it as the man. I don't care. Those are all three true statements right there. 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. The number you need to be connected to real lawyers really trying to help you. All right. And we can't stress it enough. It's just a different approach here at PPID. And I like to think that we are going to put you and your family in the best possible position, no matter what the legal case you bring to us is.
Absolutely. Once again, folks, Adam Handler, the case handler. All right. Proud of this man. He's a superstar in so many different categories, not just in his car when he's cruising to work at 8:30 in the mornings and hosting the show with me. All right. He's a great guy, family guy, wonderful guy, charming guy. But more importantly, he is truly a shark when he's going after the insurance companies to get the highest compensation, the best settlement possible for you. All right. I call him the shark. I still call him the shark, but he is your case handler.
You've been calling me the shark since I was a wee lad, probably 12, 13 years ago.
That is true. So you only need Adam Handler when you get into an accident to handle your accident case. All right. Not the medical side, but the legal side. Once again, dial this number now. Let it ring for 10, 15 seconds. Here's the number. I want everyone tuning in. Dial the number. Okay, I can't tell you how many times people call me up. 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 10 at night. Squeeze. What's Adam's number? Come
Call
on.
you, man. They call every broadcaster on this station.
Exactly.
It's amazing. Don't call the broadcasters. Have the number saved or just Google it.
Exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen, the case handler, dial the number, pass it on to someone, tell them to dial it too. It's 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. 844-774-3529. I noticed the image is switching between the black guys. It's the one that's got the glasses on that's talking.
We got the Yard Man. Let me introduce everybody. Let's get.
All right, let's get into it right now. Let's switch to immigration. Yes, let's get to immigration.
We got Conrad, the maestro, Pollack, the most experienced immigration attorney on this radio station, the most experienced immigration attorney that anybody out there is going to find. You can't stump him. He's just been around way too long for that, and he's the man.
Why are you aging the man?
He's the man. He's the man, and the managing partner of the firm. You know, his dad started over 50 years ago. Conrad's been practicing for 35 years, and he's the best. Meaning like I just love the guy. And Nelson, Top Gunner Madrid, deportation specialist, an even better guy, actually, a nicer guy for sure. And he's here to help answer all your questions. Clients love him. That's why we have him on. And then we have finally the Yadman, Ralston Dickson, my personal injury paralegal. He is an attorney that studied down in Jamaica. And he is, a big part of our marketing team. So wears a lot of hats. But everybody's here to add some insight and some information. So we got immigration questions. Let's get them going. Conrad, what's going on, man? How's it going?
Yeah. What's happening with immigration news, Conrad? We always look to you for the news as to what's going on with your friend Donald Trump, and what he's doing. So what's going on? Talk to me, and let me unmute your mic because I don't think you realize you're not unmuted. Okay, go ahead. He's still there. You go. Yeah.
Good. Good morning, everybody. Yep. Sorry about that.
Good morning.
Actually, while you guys are talking, you keep calling Mr. Handler there the shark. I had a idea. From now on, I'm going to get the theme music to the Jaws theme. All right, I'm going to get the
wham, 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 wham. You should play it on the piano. There you go.
I think we'll start doing that going forward. I have to find the music. Anyway, good morning and happy Wednesday. And in terms of the news, I don't believe there's anything new in terms of immigration this week that I can think of. The Trump administration, they've been too busy disbanding the medical team, for the virus. I guess they've decided that it's all over now. So they're moving on to bigger and better things, I imagine. But as far as immigration goes, no, we're pretty much in the same situation that we've been. We're doing our work. Clients are calling. And in fact, I want to take this opportunity to say how the reception to our time on the radio show, now it's been 3 weeks tomorrow, has been overwhelming. I love the fact that the community out there has taken to us and they're listening to us and they're viewing our program and they're listening and they're sharing it all over the place, and we're getting calls like crazy. It's wonderful. And again, as we've all been saying, it really it's allowing us an opportunity to give back to the community and to provide really valuable information, really valuable service to them. And it seems that it's taking hold, and people are tuning in, and people are appreciating it. And that makes me feel good. That helps me to get up in the morning in these terrible times. So it's a nice feeling.
I'm very happy that you guys are. I noticed that Nelson, you have changed. Conrad, you have changed in respect to your face when you get on the show. It's like you're pumped, you're energized, you're ready to go. It's beautiful. It's a wonderful thing, and I'm very happy that you guys are pumped and want to help so many people, that you're even giving free immigration consultations. And ladies and gentlemen, it's true. They're giving free. The attorneys are speaking to you for free off the air, and that's the reason why I want to give out the number, Conrad, for the law firm PPID. If you want a free immigration consultation, Ralston will make sure that you get it. All right. Ralston is on the panel today. The number is 844-774-3529. 3529. Thank you so much, Maverick. It's a phone consultation, 844-774-3529. As a matter of fact, Conrad's giving out challenges. I'm challenging everyone. I challenge you, okay, to make the phone call to that number now, okay, and prove me wrong. You are getting a 100% free consultation. One guy called me up on my cell the other day, say, Squeeze, why are you lying? I was like, what are you talking about? He said, stop lying, man. The attorneys are not giving free consultation. I was like, dude, just call the freaking number. So I want everyone out there, if, and I'm saying this right now, if the law firm Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico is not giving a free phone consultation, when you dial the number now, I will never, ever get back on this radio station. And that's some big balls right there. All right. So right now, dial this number, 844-774-3529. Everyone that's tuning in, you are getting a free U.S. immigration consultation over the phone with one of the attorneys. Dial the number now and prove me wrong. 844-774-3529. Book your appointment with them. 844-774-3529. You will get that free U.S. immigration phone consultation. Back to you, Conrad.
Yeah, Squeeze, I just want to throw in, look, these clearly, it doesn't need repeating for me that these are unprecedented times that we're living in. And times are really tough, and a lot of people are really suffering, throughout our community, New York, country, the world. And, I always believe in, if life deals you lemons, you turn that into lemonade. That's a motto that I've always tried to live by. And in all sincerity, prior to this situation developing, we had no idea about doing this, about coming on the radio and providing the service to the community. And it took this pandemic, to make, I guess you could say, it opened our eyes, gave us the time, gave us the opportunity to do what we're doing here every morning at 8:30, from 8:30 to 9:30. And, and again, these are tough times, but, this has become a routine part of my day now, a regular part of my day, I should say. And, it's something I look forward to. And it's I look at it from my own personal perspective as it's given me a new reason to get up in the morning, and new vigor and desire to go out and do what I do, what I've been doing for 35 years. And in a lot of ways, it's changed my life, and I'm thankful for that as well.
Okay, beautiful. Once again, folks, Conrad Pollack, the maestro, we call him, managing partner at PPID, is the top man when it comes to immigration. There's no one with as much knowledge and experience and depth where immigration is concerned. So it would behoove me not to tell you to call PPID right now and get yourself a free phone consultation. Thank you so much, Adam Handler. All right. The number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. 844-774-3529. Call now. You're getting a free immigration consultation. If you want to speak with Conrad Pollack, ask for him. You want to speak with Nelson Madrid, the Maverick, ask for him. As a matter of fact, I'm going to let him speak to you right now. Nelson, you're one of the top immigration attorneys also in the United States. Let's talk.
Hi, good morning. I just wanted to pretty much echo what Conrad said. I guess when you have some time, and obviously you're able to put things in perspective when you're not waking up in a rush to get to work in a rush to, get home in a rush. I think it puts a lot in perspective. So, I think it's a great opportunity. We've definitely been welcomed by the community. We've gotten a lot of phone calls. I believe we've been able to answer a lot of people's questions and concerns. And yes, obviously, I think that is, in my opinion, inspiring and motivation to get up in the morning and know you're making a difference. I've realized there's a lot of people who go to a friend, who go to someone who, quote unquote, prepares immigration papers. There's a lot of people with a lot of problems, and obviously I've witnessed that now firsthand because I'm getting these phone calls, I'm speaking to these people, and just to, pretty much regurgitate what you said previously, give me a call, ask for Nelson Madrid. I will call you back personally. It's not someone else calling you back. I will call you back personally and speak to you and answer any question you may have.
Beautiful. And see, and that's what Adam spoke about this before, where he said, yes, we, the attorneys, will call you back. If you ask for Nelson is going to call you back. You ask for Conrad, they're going to call you back. You ask for Ralston, he's going to call you back. Ask for Adam Handler when it comes to personal injury, they're going to call you back. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, make that call, all right? These are immigration attorneys, respectively, Conrad Pollack and Nelson Madrid, respectively, the Maestro and the Maverick, and they can and will help you. The number to call is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Call that number right now. Ladies and gentlemen, book your consultation. If you have an immigration question that you'd like to have answered now, you can call that same number, or you can place it on Facebook right there on my page, David Squeeze-Aniki, or the case handler page. The number to call to get your immigration question answered, 844-774-3529. You were about to say something, Conrad.
Yeah, I need to get a shout out there to my wife. Today is my 30th wedding anniversary.
Hey,
So,
wow. Congratulations.
I made it.
Congrats.
And I know my wife is out there watching right now. So happy anniversary, honey.
Amazing. He's been practicing law for 35 years. We tout him as the most experienced immigration attorney out there. He's been married for 30. Is he the most experienced husband out there? I don't know.
Wow.
The next segment's going to be like the relationship advice. This is Conrad, the Maestro.
There you go.
There you go. You know what? He did the right thing. Okay, made sure he shout out his wife, or else he's like, wow. Anyway, once again, we're speaking on immigration. We're speaking on personal injury. Everyone that's tuning in on 93.5 WVIP FM, spread the word. I know you listen to other parts of this radio station, but spread the word. Let people know that the law firm PPID is here to help each and every one listening to this station. Doesn't matter who you are, what you are, whatever kind of issues you may have. When you need an attorney, you only need one law firm. And I will pound this over and over. This is not about Squeeze. This is not about me. This is not about the messenger. Believe it or not. This is not about the messenger. Quick one. I had a conversation with a guy the other day, and he's saying, I'm not going to that church, and I'm not donating any tithings because the pastor is a liar, the pastor is this, and the pastor is that. I'm like, dude, it's not about that. It's about the message. So go for the message. It's about the message. It's about what the message is. Well, the message here is, if you have an immigration problem, honestly, you only need one law firm. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. And that happens to be, of course, the Conrad Pollacks, the Nelson Madrid, the Ralston, the firm PPID when it comes to immigration. Okay, 844-774-3529. When it comes to personal injury, you only need one man, the case handler. All right, that guy with that mug right there with his glass. 844-774-3529. Let me go to the yard man, Ralston, who's over at the firm. Okay, shaking up the firm and bringing some yardness to the firm. And the Jamaican community, you'll be proud of this man, an educated man from Jamaica. And now he's in the United States. He's at the law firm, and he's making sure that the yard people, that the Haitians, that the Guyanese, the Trinidadians, the Caribbean community is on point with getting service at the law firm PPID. And I'm very happy, Ralston, that you're there, not being biased or prejudiced in any way, shape, or form. I'm quite sure anyone else could do the job, but I'm very happy that you're there because you know some of our people. Well, I'm not going over there because I don't know who is what. Ralston is there. As a matter of fact, the reason why I'm bringing this up, he is a true success story of PPID. He got his papers sorted out through PPID. Ralston, the floor is yours at 8 minutes before the hour before we switch it over and continue to Facebook. But 844-774-3529. Go ahead.
Yes, I just want to say just something I consider to be very important. If you're listening to this program right now, there is purpose in you listening to this program. It's not by coincidence that you're listening to it. For example, for myself, I came to PPID based on serving Adam at a table at the Capitol Grill.
Downtown,
And
yeah.
2 weeks, 2 weeks after, 2 weeks after I contacted him, I was at the firm working for him. And 2 weeks after that, I was a client of theirs in their immigration matter. And 2 weeks after that, I got through with my papers. Listen, you are listening to this program for a reason. And I wouldn't want you to waste your opportunity to come and have some excellent attorneys working for you. You want an attorney who considers you, who's sleeping on your case. I can see Conrad Pollack at 8 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock emailing us about cases. Or Adam Handler. Listen, I've had the opportunity to sit at a desk seeing Adam Handler operate. And whenever he's there, he's so meticulous. I find it amazing just how he is meticulous in dealing with details. And you want somebody who's going to foresee mistakes and correct them before they occur. You want somebody like Conrad Pollack or the Maestro or the Maverick, who is compassionate and passionate about your case. And I just think it's essential. I think if you don't retain us, you'll be making a foolish mistake.
Oh, there you go. Ralston Dickson, ladies and gentlemen. He's at the firm also. And of course, what's his title at the firm? It's a paralegal? What's your title, Ralston? I don't know.
Ralston, tell us a little. He's a law clerk. He studied law in Jamaica. Then he immigrated to the United States, and we don't have reciprocity with the islands. But Ralston can tell you a little bit about his background. He should be very proud of it, because I certainly am.
All right, quickly. Before you do that, Ralston, let's do that on the flip side. It's 5 minutes before the hour, but I need for you to come back and talk about this. But I wanted to squeeze in a quick question here for one of the two immigration attorneys on board right now. My father has a B1, B2 visa, all right, till 2025. He came to visit me in February. He has a stamped I-94 till August 4th, 2020. Due to this COVID-19 situation, I would like to extend his stay in the USA on the B1, B2. He visited the USA multiple times from 1987 to 2020 and has never overstayed. Gentlemen?
Do it. He has 3 months now. He's been here half of the time that he was permitted. He's been here many times. He's had that visa, obviously, for some time. He doesn't seem like much of a risk to me in terms of the government thinking that he might overstay or work or whatever. And given the current circumstances, what's going on in the country and around the world, I imagine that filing for an extension, he has a very good shot at getting it. I would do it now. It takes a good 2, 3, 4 months to get an extension these days. And if I were him, as I know with most of my clients, as that deadline appears, or comes closer, and they don't have an answer from the Immigration Service, people start getting antsy. And unfortunately, immigration sometimes will issue a decision after the date that the visa expires and deny the case, basically telling you when you get the envelope in the mail that day that you're illegally in the United States and you didn't even know it. So I would strongly suggest that person file for an extension ASAP. He wants to give reasons why. I don't know what the reasons are per se, but maybe there are medical reasons. Maybe he's afraid to go back home because people are sick back home in his household. There are a million different reasons you could use. File the extension. And if he's curious about how to do it, give us a call.
Absolutely. Once again, Conrad Pollack, immigration attorney at PPID, the managing partner. Here's another question quickly. My dad got married to his American girlfriend many years ago after my parents broke up. And I immigrated to the US and got my green card along with him when I was 14 years old. Now that I'm 21, I want to sponsor my mom. But my dad says maybe that would be a problem because my stepmom was the one that sponsored me. Is it true that since my stepmom sponsored me, I can't sponsor my biological mom? Gentlemen?
I can answer that. I love when you have people who are not attorneys giving legal advice. I find that fascinating. That is not true. Your mother is your mother, whether your father marries 2 or 3 different women. That doesn't change the fact she's your mother. So petitioning for your mother in that situation should not be a problem.
But let's throw one more wrinkle in there, actually 2. It's got to be a citizen. He mentioned he got his green card when he was 14. I don't know if he's a U.S. citizen yet. If he's not a U.S. citizen, he cannot apply for his mom. He's got to be a U.S. citizen. Only U.S. citizens can apply for their parents. But throw in the recent presidential proclamation banning immigration into the United States. Let's assume he is a U.S. citizen and he's 21 years old, which he has to be at least 21 to do that. He applies for his parents. If she is not in the United States, can't do it. She's got to be here in the U.S. Therefore, I'm assuming she's not in the U.S. and he is a U.S. citizen. If he wants to apply for his mom, get her a visa. Have her apply for a tourist visa. Maybe she has one already. Get a tourist visa, get into the United States. Thereafter, she becomes eligible. And there are other issues there as well, which they'd have to overcome. But if she's not in the United States, he can't sponsor her until this ban is lifted.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, from Conrad Pollack and Nelson Madrid, two top immigration attorneys in the United States. They're in the tri-state area. Everyone that wants a 100% free immigration consultation with them now, off the air, phone consultation, call this number now. We're wrapping up the show on 93.5 FM and we'll continue on Facebook. Call this number, 844-774-3529. That number, you'll get them off air, 844-774-3529. That number, you'll get a 100% free consultation. No $150, no $250, no $300, free. Of course, the consultation is not going to last for hours or anything like that, so don't get crazy now. Well, call them, 844-774-3529. The important thing about the consultation is that right after it, retain them. You don't want to work on your case yourself. There have been some recent changes as to why you should not work on your case yourself. We've been speaking on it, and we're going to be speaking more on it. Just switch to Facebook, David Squeezadicke, Adam Handler, the case handler, PPID. We got your back. 844-774-3529. Let's switch. There you have it. Once again, folks, this is Cruising with the Case Handler, hosted by yours truly, David Squeezadicke and Adam Handler. And of course, our guest host, Nelson Madrid, Conrad Pollack. And today we have our law clerk, Ralston Dickson, soon to be an attorney, I'm quite sure, in the future. So let's jump right back into it, gentlemen. How you all doing? You all feeling great?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Irie. Who just said that?
I did.
Doing Irie today, man. Listen, they used to. Recently, I was when I went back down to Jamaica. This is back in November. I came back. I was feeling good, man. I had a grin ear to ear coming back. I had bracelets on, everything, and they were calling me the Irie attorney. I still like that.
Hopefully that's all you brought back, because I'm quite sure Greg Pinto would be, of course, working with you very soon, much closer.
We were very careful about that, but that's a whole nother conversation as to how this pandemic is changing medicine and your ability to seek herbal remedies as well, but that's for another show. That's for the Friday night show.
Well, quickly. I mean, yesterday was Jacob Miller's birthday. I don't know if you do you know who Jacob? Does anyone here know who Jacob Miller is?
No.
Russell, you got a puzzled look on your face. You don't know who Jacob Miller is? Man,
No.
You guys are so young.
Jump the chump.
I don't believe this. You know who Inner Circle is, right?
He's a singer, right? He sang with
He's
Bob
Googling
Marley.
right now. I don't believe this. I don't believe it. You know what? Let's continue the show, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Cruising with a Case Handler. We're talking personal injury. We're talking immigration. Gonna push one more immigration question out there before I switch it back to personal injury. And this one says, my husband has been in the U.S. for many years since he came as a student and did not ever leave. I'm going verbatim here. We have been together for 4 years, and I am a resident for 6 years. I am eligible to file for my citizenship, but we're afraid that when I put my husband on the immigration papers, that could be bad for him. We don't want to do anything that could get him in trouble with immigration. Can I just leave him off the marriage part of the application? And before you guys answer, why are people doing their cases still? Really, why? But anyway, attorneys, you can answer. Seeing we're talking immigration, I'll let you answer all of that. My question and their question.
Take it, Maverick.
I thought you were going to take it, but I'll answer it. First of all, she wants to leave her husband off on what? Her citizenship application?
Yeah, and 400.
Yeah, that's not something, that's fraud, right? That's not something I would recommend. That's not something we would, even encourage, or that's not something that we would do. If immigration finds out that you were in fact married and you lied on your application, that's could be technically fraud or misrepresentation. And if they wanted to, they could move to actually take away your citizenship if they did give you citizenship. If you don't even make it to citizenship and they discover this lie, that could potentially get you put into removal proceedings. And it's something very insignificant. It's not even worth it. I mean, she could put her husband, it's not going to put him on the radar. It's not going to jeopardize him in any way. They're not asking her husband's, I don't know if they're going to ask the status, but his status has nothing to do with her in terms of her applying for citizenship.
And if I could just jump in, which by the way, Nelson, you're absolutely right. Putting her husband down on the application form there is no reason not to do it, and every reason to avoid leaving, not telling the truth there. But my suggestion, if we were to do that case, I would tell her she should be applying for her husband to get his green card, submit the visa petition, which is going to take a few years as a permanent resident, and simultaneously file for citizenship, because that'll take about a year as well. As soon as she's a citizen, they can change the application in the Immigration Service and he can apply for adjustment of status, assuming he still has a copy of the visa he came with. I would do both simultaneously, however. No downside, no risk. That's what I would suggest.
Right. And just to add, so while she files for him as a green card holder, once she becomes a citizen, we can upgrade her petition. And instead of being the spouse of a permanent resident, he would then be the spouse of a citizen. And this is something you can do.
He could apply in the U.S. at that point.
Correct.
Before you wrap it up, Nelson, on that, I just wanted to quickly ask, and we have not touched on it, gentlemen, in the capacity of immigration on the Cruising with the Case Handler show. And I need for you, Nelson, to talk a little bit about it. I think this is your area, asylum. Okay, I need for you to touch on that. I know people have asked in the past, they're from Jamaica, they're from certain countries, and they want to find out if they can file for asylum.
Okay, so asylum is basically that you have a well-founded fear of harm or persecution based on one of 5 enumerated grounds. Typically, you file for asylum within your first year of entry into the United States. Now, there are exceptions that would allow you to file for asylum thereafter. If you could show changed circumstances, change country conditions. But typically, it's recommended you file for asylum within your first year of entering the United States. What typically happens, there's what's called affirmative filing for asylum, and that's when basically you file for asylum on your own. There's also defensive filing. Defensive filing is when you're in removal proceedings, and now you're doing it as a way to stay in the United States. Affirmative filing, again, you prepare an application, you file it with the USCIS. Eventually, you are scheduled for an interview. I've been doing this for over 13 years. I've only seen one case get approved at that level. Most of these cases go before a judge. Something that I tell everyone, specifically in New York, there's over 30 judges. There are some judges that are going to try to help you. And there are some judges who are going to do everything they can to basically deny your case. You want to be careful with asylum. Asylum is not as easy as it sounds. There's a lot of detail involved. There's a lot of evidence that's required. I personally.
Tedious one.
I'm sorry?
It's a tedious one.
Yeah, there's a lot of detail. There's a lot of attention to detail that's involved. I mean, it's not just the attorney presenting the case. The client has to testify. They're going to use the evidence to try to impeach or basically try to catch your client in some sort of inconsistency. It's a little complicated. It's not as straightforward or not as easy as it sounds. Right.
Yeah, the reason why I asked, a friend of mine who happens to be a criminal defense attorney from Jamaica, came to the United States on their visitor's visa. And the issue is that the case that they were handling in Jamaica had to do with some gangs and was getting threats, from the other side. and wanted to know exactly what to do. Now, ultimately, this person, I mean, they fell in love and they married someone and they got all of that sorted out. But it just hit me that I should ask about asylum. I mean, and what could have been done in that? Could that person have filed for?
I mean, yeah, he could have filed for asylum. You know, now obviously there, you know, I've always said that it's a
It's on record, by the way. It's on record with the threats and all of that stuff. Everything is on record in Jamaica. I mean,
that's fine,
and that's completely on record. And even, by the way, just to add to it, the other person on the other side actually had people killed. You know, so you know, that's the reason why that person lit. You know, so that's the reason why I'm asking that.
So basically, to ask for asylum, it'd have to be on one of the 5 enumerated grounds: race, religion, gender, political opinion, or membership in a particular social group. I think you could have made an argument. You know, I've always said it's a good attorney's job is to identify a problem before it becomes a problem. And I'm glad you pointed out something that is generally a problem, which is there's no documentation to support what this person is saying, right? A lot of people don't go to the police. A lot of people don't go to the hospital. So it's basically a he said, she said. But if this person did, you know, file complaints and go to the police and he can get copies of these documents, obviously that only strengthens his case and potentially his claim. So that's obviously a much better scenario than other cases where people just don't go to anyone. Right. And then that's a problem because, you know, obviously it's very convenient for you to say what it is you want to say to stay in the United States. So
gotcha. That's what Madrid, ladies and gentlemen, they call him the Maverick when it comes to anything to do with being arrested or anything with running with the law where criminal issues are concerned. You want to see this man when it comes to that in reference to immigration. His name is Nelson Madrid. We call him the Maverick. Once again, for everyone that's out there, dial the number 844-774-3529. You know, Ralston, I'm going to let you say something, and then Adam, I'm going to let you top it off with personal injury because you're the top man when it comes to getting that money for your clients. Okay, you are the case handler. So, Ralston, what do you have to say about the calls? I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the calls that you've been, you know, interacting with at the firm. Okay, any advice you want to let the people know, say to them, you know, I say to them that they should retain. You're in the firm, so I'm quite sure you know a bit more as to what kind of questions, they should actually be calling with and what they should do.
Absolutely. First of all, a lot of the calls that I've been making, it concerns naturalization or other immigration matters. But my advice to people who are calling is that, you know, it's not enough that you just do the consultation and then you receive what you want to, whatever information you think is necessary from what you are trying to dig from the attorney. I think it is important for you to retain. But why? Why should you retain? I think that it is important for you to retain. Because you want somebody who is experienced working with you. You want somebody who understands the landscape of the immigration. You want somebody who knows. Nelson has been working with the immigration for over 13 years. And Conrad has been working with them for over 35 years, for as long as I was born, you know. You want somebody who knows what they're doing.
Gotcha. Once again, folks, that's Ralston over there having a case handler moment with his camera.
Case handler? What do you mean?
You know, anyone who used to watch us when you were in the car would understand.
Oh yeah, that's right. I used to be driving, and all of a sudden the camera would just fall off my windshield and crash on the floor, and David would be like, "Did he?"
Freaking out! I'm like, "What?" You know. Anyway, great show, gentlemen. And once again, I just want to remind everyone: you need a lawyer, call PPID. All right, they've got different areas of law, like Conrad broke it down the other day. You know, you don't have the jack of all trades, master of none. All right. It's segmented, it's compartmentalized. And we want to say it's great that the firm is like that. All right. They've been around for well over 50 years, the firm that is, and we appreciate what it is that they're doing for the community out there. 844-774-3529. Adam Anlab, I'll let you say what you got to say in topping this off. And I'm quite sure Conrad wants to talk quickly about public charge also. So Adam.
Yeah, real quick. And, today was, I think, one of those shows where you kind of get to know us. I always consider these shows as, they're information, they're advertisement, but in many ways, they're an interview. You get to really figure out, what kind of guys we are, what kind of, not me, but what kind of ladies we are, what kind of lawyers we are, most importantly. You get a sense of how we interact with each other and how we respect each other. David, you and I had a conversation yesterday about the top-down approach. And when the top, acts a certain way, it's contagious and it flows down. And the top at our firm are the partners, right? Of any business. Yep. The top are the partners, the officers, and we have such a mutual respect for each other. Myself, Nelson, Conrad, Fred, Brian, Jillian, Susan, we have an appreciation for what we do, and we let each other do what we do best. Nobody steps on anybody's toes. Conrad and Nelson aren't trying to get into personal injury. I'm not trying to get into immigration. Susan and Jillian aren't trying to get into, each other's matters. Everybody knows what they do best, and they stick to that. And that's why it works. And if we can treat each other like that, and we can really work together as a family, how do you think our paralegals and our associates interact? It's the same thing. And that's why we're able to provide a level of service that is extremely rare for a law firm. Most law firms are out there to just get you in, get you out. The lawyers make their money and they move on to the next. And hopefully you give them a good referral and they move on to the next case. We see a much bigger picture because we're looking more of a community approach. People for the past 15 plus years from the Caribbean community have been embracing me. They've been calling me for accidents. They've been calling me for literally everything, immigration, real estate, matrimony, but I don't do that kind of work. I used to do the matrimonial, but then, I stopped doing it. It was just, it was too much because I wanted to focus on one thing. So that's why it was important for me to bring my practice to PPID, years ago when I broke off from my prior firm. And that's why we're able to be successful because we know what we're doing. We love what we're doing and we let each other do our own thing. And if that's important to you, then you'll have our number saved. If you just want to go with some guy or some woman that comes up to you at the scene of the accident or in the emergency room, trying to trick you to be their client, then listen, good luck to you. They may even offer you $500 or $1,000 to be their client or to go to this doctor. Yeah, play the short game, take the money, but don't call me crying when they sold you out. For that one and only chance at financial justice. Don't call me when they sold you out and now you need more money because I can't help you. I just can't. And the same thing goes for immigration. You want to go with somebody that you've never heard of and somebody that's been referred to you by a neighbor or somebody that you see in the corner. Fine, great. You know what? Call us to clear up your problem. I'm sure Conrad and Nelson can attest that. I'm sure half of the calls that they're getting are related to cleaning up the mess from either people doing it themselves or going to an attorney that didn't know what the hell they were doing and took their money. So if you want it done right the first time, whether it's personal injury, immigration, real estate, criminal law, I could talk myself blue in the face. You come to us. If you want to take your chances and just, appease somebody by going to them or take that money for the personal injury case and go to them, then you know what? God bless you. We'll still be here to take your phone call and try to clean up the mess, but we most likely are going to say that either we can't do anything or it's going to cost you an absolute fortune to untangle that web. But it all starts with having that number saved. I can't say enough. We're not calling you. We will not call you. We'll call you back, but we're not calling you. Right. If you want to call us, our number is 844-774-3529, 774-3529 or 844-PP-ID-LAW.
All right. We're going to ask Conrad to give his commentary and conclusion on the show and take us out.
Just as Adam was just spouting his words of wisdom there, I was just imagining the people out there listening, people nodding their heads, saying, yep, yeah, I went to this guy and he lost my passport, or I went to this guy and I gave him my green card. I never saw it again. And he promised me I was going to be a citizen in 6 months. And then when I went back to see how my case was, he was gone. He had disappeared. Nobody knows where he is. Nelson, you'll agree with me. I cannot tell you how often we get clients walking in the door, calling with that story, or even worse. My lawyer was doing my case, and I haven't heard from him in a while. I called him, and the number is disconnected. And then when I Googled him, I found out that he was in jail. We hear it all the time. It's unfortunate, the immigrant community. And again, this is not news. Everybody on this panel, everybody listening out there is going to understand what I'm about to say. Immigrants are an easy target, especially recent immigrants. People that don't know the ways of what goes on in the United States. And in fact, in many Latin countries down in South America, Caribbean, notary publics are almost like an attorney. It's not the case here. Notary publics in New York, in the United States, are not attorneys. You could take a 10-minute test, right? And I don't even remember what the test is, but it's automatic almost. You pay your fee and you're a notary public, right?
That's true.
In certain countries in Latin America, notary publics actually have to go to school and have to be educated, and they're almost like attorneys. And so many people do that. So many of those notaries they realize this is an easy way to trick people and make some money by unsuspecting immigrants. So one of the things that I learned early on from my dad was, to be aware of those scams, to tell people about what's going on out there. And it's a continuing problem. It hasn't gone away. So, again, we hear it all the time. Calls, people coming in, just were taken advantage of by their attorneys, by their representatives, by their friends, by someone said that we were a lawyer and they weren't. Anyway, that's
just to add to what Conrad said, Squeeze, Conrad, and we've seen this many times as well. We'll have a client come to us and ask us about starting a case. We say no. Client goes somewhere else, starts a case, it hits the fan, and now they want to come back and say, right, well, you told me no, but I went to another attorney who told me yes, and now I'm in removal proceedings.
Yep.
And it's like, but if I told you no, why did you go to someone else and still go forward with what I told you not to do? Well, he told me that you didn't know what you were talking about. Okay, but now you're in removal proceedings, and now it's a much bigger problem, a much more expensive problem. And, now we got to clean it up.
Right. Because
regrettably, people sometimes or often go to somebody and they hear what they want to hear. And they still keep searching until they find somebody who actually agrees with them and tells them what they want to hear. And then they pay their money. And then they realize that they made a mistake. And unfortunately, some people like that end up coming back to us and then we have a bigger mess to clean up and it's more expensive and so on. So we try to avoid that happening, but things happen. Anyway, getting to the public charge issue, we've been talking about this regularly and we're trying to pound it home because it's just so important. And I see this as this is going to be the major issue going forward for people trying to states. It's always been necessary under immigration law for intending immigrants to demonstrate that they're not going to be a public charge in the United States. And when I say public charge, basically you have to convince the immigration service, convince the government that you're not going to be reliant on government services. You're not going to need to receive food stamps or public housing or any kind of economic assistance from the state or the feds or local governments. You have to demonstrate you can work. You have to demonstrate that your family can support you, that your employer can support you. You have a job letter, you have money in the bank. This has always been the case. However, since February 24th, the administration has made that much more difficult. affidavits of support in the past, if you provided an affidavit from somebody showing that they could support you, that was sufficient to overcome the public charge allegations. No longer. Now it's just one. It's only one factor that's considered. Now they will look to see, have you received any kind of public assistance? And that includes food stamps. It includes SNAP. It includes any kind of public housing vouchers, Section 8, Section 9 rental house. I mean, there's a laundry list of factors they can use against you now. One factor also, which is important to note, it is still possible to receive some public benefits. Basically, the way they look at it now, you're allowed to receive 12 months of benefits within a 36-month period. If you receive any more than 12 months of benefits within a 36-month period, you will be denied. It's that simple. And when they say 12 months of the past 36 months, let's say you receive, you have public housing vouchers and you received food stamps in the same month, that is considered 2 months, not just one. So if you receive two types of benefits in that same month, that's 2 months right there. So if you received food stamps and SNAP, right, or something like that over a 6-month period combined, that means you actually received 12 months of benefits. One more month and you're out, right? You are not eligible to get your green card. It's 12 months within that 36-month period. So very serious stuff we're talking about here. And who's going to know that? To be honest with you, most immigration lawyers don't even know that.
I was about to say, why would I want to even deal with all of that? Yeah,
that's right.
I wouldn't. Once
So,
again,
and again, please, this is serious business because, again, that you could be receiving food stamps for 6 months and you've been receiving rental vouchers to help you with your rent payments for 6 months. If so, that's it. That's the limit. If you receive one more thing over a 3-year span, you don't get your green card, no matter what. And when you apply and they deny your case, guess what? Odds are you're going right into removal proceedings. So this is serious stuff we're talking about. It really is.
Absolutely. Once again, folks, Conrad Pollack, the maestro. There's no one more knowledgeable than him when it comes to immigration law in this hemisphere. So make sure you reach out to the law firm PPID, Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. And the number, once again, to call is 844-774-3529. We're about to conclude the show, and I want for everyone to actually dial the number, store the number, and if and when you need it, you actually use it. Once again, the number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. We must remind you that this has been an attorney advertisement brought to you by the law firm Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico, located at 225 Broadway on the third floor. And of course, prior results do not guarantee similar outcome. Want to say thanks to Adam Handler, of course, for creating Cruising with the Case Handler with yours truly and putting the show together on immigration and, yes, on personal injury, where God forbid you get hurt in an accident. Don't go to any other attorney. Go to one that is proficient, competent, and has a proven track record. Just go to thecasehandler.com and you'll see the true success stories.
Please, I can just jump in for a sec before you sign off.
Absolutely.
Just want to remind everybody out there tomorrow, and also to demonstrate that PPID is an equal opportunity employer, we actually have one of our female associates coming on the show tomorrow, Andrea Shear, who's an immigration associate with our firm now, and she's going to be talking about, I believe, naturalization and citizenship, and she knows her stuff. So I would suggest anybody who has those citizenship and naturalization questions, and we know there are a lot of people out there because those are calls we get every day. Tune in tomorrow because Andrea is really knowledgeable, and you'll hear some good stuff from her tomorrow. So tune in.
Is that the Shermanator?
It is. Although we haven't decided on.
I don't know if she wants that name. She may
decided on that name yet.
No, came up with it, Adam.
But yes,
anyway,
Germinator.
All right. So, Ali and Ruthie, I know you're listening. Make sure I get the creatives for the story and the feed on IG and Facebook to post that. All right. Not the Shermanator, but the fact that she's coming on. It's great, gentlemen. This has been a wonderful show. Great panel. Ralston, thank you so much. All right. For reaching out to the folks who have been calling in from the show and letting them understand, that, of course, the attorneys, Nelson Madrid, the Maverick, and Conrad Pollack, the Maestro, and the rest of the firm is truly genuinely there to help each and every one of them, and also in encouraging them to retain, of course, good attorneys rather than doing it themselves. And literally, I keep saying it, I'm unorthodox and I'm a little bit abrasive and harsh at times, but sometimes I got to be that way so people can understand. Doing your case yourself, you're going to screw yourself. All right, pretty much that's it. And you'll understand when you actually do it. I'm not going to try to polish it. I'm not going to be square. I'm going to give it to you straight. Do not do your case yourself. All right. We've been talking about it. Conrad is more passionate about this issue than anyone else on the panel. He's like 100% sure that many people are literally going to mess up their own case and then get put in removal proceedings. And then they're going to have to come behind and clean up everything. Okay. With that pooper. Scooper. All right. So make sure you actually, reach out to PPID. So that's not needed. All right. Do it right the first time, as Adam Handler would say. Make sure you reach out to the attorneys. Okay. I will discount you, But go ahead, Ralston.
If I may, us Jamaicans, we are very proud and we feel like we can do anything.
Everything. Yeah, exactly.
Everything,
Until we get screwed.
So, I use no attorney, man. We can do this myself. But listen to me, man. Yeah. Attorneys know what they're doing. They've been to law school. They've been practicing for years. Mm-hmm. You don't know it. If you don't know it, give it to somebody who does. It's simple. 1, 2, 3, ABC. Give it to an experienced person who knows what they're doing. Hand over your case so that you circumvent mistakes. Simple. All right?
Absolutely. Listen, man. Listen, the show is just about over, but let me just say this quickly. I made a mistake recently, all right, on my property where I hired a mason, all right, to do some work on my property, some stonework on my property. And then I finished the show and I went outside. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? Realizing that the mason that I hired is not a stone mason. You understand what I'm saying? And screw up the whole thing.
He was a Freemason.
I had to tear the whole thing down, okay, and get a stonemason to do it. The moral and the point is this, ladies and gentlemen, okay? You don't want to get this done yourself, and you don't want to go down the block and hire, Joe Schmo who does something else, contract law, whatever. You want to do the right thing, and that's the reason why I love PPID. All right? Different departments, different attorneys, and they're proving that by bringing these attorneys on, demonstrating what it is that they do. They have a track record, a proven one, and that's the reason why we're thankful for Nelson Madrid, the Maverick, Conrad Pollack, the Maestro, Ralston Dickson. We need to come up with a name for him. I don't like the Yardie name. I got to flip that one on that one. And of course, we know the case handler. So gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. It has been a great show.
Thanks,
all right, so tomorrow again, we'll do it, 8:30.
Thank you.
And I'm going to actually probably jump it off again before you guys get in here, So that's it. Thanks a lot. We'll catch up real soon. Right. I'll let the Meister take us out with something on the keyboards.
Yeah.
This is his anniversary serenade.
Yeah.
All right, no problem. All right, thanks again, gentlemen. It's been great.
All right, guys.